While on a visit to Guyana last year, the European Union's Deputy Director for the America's European External Action Service, Mr. Javier Nino Perez, had disagreed with claims that China offers better loan conditions. But Chinese Ambassador Guai Haiman has assured that loans and borrowing agreements with the Chinese government and the Chinese banks are done through friendly consultations and negotiations.
It's quite common that many developing countries are facing the bottleneck of financial resources, and in the past 20 years, China helps by Chinese banks providing loans. So both sides are very careful. So all these loans will be done after adequate feasibility study.
The ambassador said Chinese funds are concentrated on building infrastructure and the self-supportive capacity of the borrowing country. But Perez had claimed that the Chinese project is not as much about building something together as it is about seizing space, trade links, trade benefits, and infrastructure projects. He recalled that China had invested heavily in a 600-kilometer motorway in Montenegro, but when that country could not repay it alone, the 10-year-old contract had provided for China to seize parts of the country physically. Unlike the EU that provides grants, he said China mostly provides loans that need to be repaid economically, politically, or in terms of infrastructure. But the Chinese ambassador has disagreed with this reasoning. Ms. Guai said, after the pandemic, many borrowing countries faced economic difficulty, and China has demonstrated through the G20 initiative on debt service suspension its willingness to respond to in-debt country positively.
China ranks the number one among the G20 members in terms of debt deferral amount. I know that, as I observe, the Guyanese government is very careful in borrowing money.
As she observed, the Guyana government is, however, careful in borrowing money. For the newsroom, Kurt Campbell.